Well, for our Wednesday, we're warming up ever so slightly and starting to see just a little bit more cloud coverage today, but thankfully not an overcast. Highs this afternoon are reaching into the mid 80s though, so like I mentioned, just ever so slightly warmer. Thankfully not too terribly hot, but as we head into our overnight hours tonight, those overnight lows will be sitting in the mid to lower 50s. So again, still slightly below average, but very crisp, very cool air in store. That's going to be the case for the next couple of days. You'll notice those highs in the lower 80s and those overnight lows in the lower 50s until we get to Sunday, and that's where we see a little bit of a temperature increase with highs for the day reaching in the upper 80s, but those overnight lows will drop back down into the lower 50s. But cooler weather is in store by Tuesday next week, but no rain in the forecast for the rest of this week or next week, which is not a great sign. When we take a look at our drought monitor that was released last Thursday, we can see parts of Mississippi and Alabama are still in a moderate drought, so definitely still needing a good bit of rainfall to alleviate that drought, and unfortunately it is not in the forecast, so hopefully this drought won't worsen. Now we're taking a step back from Mississippi into the tropics to bring you a first alert update about Hurricane Milton. It has now weakened into a Category 4 hurricane and still is expected to maintain Category 4 strength as it makes landfall along the west coast of the Florida Peninsula, impacting areas that are still recovering from the effects of Hurricane Helene, and it will maintain hurricane strength as it moves through Florida, so that is not a good sign to see. And we're still tracking out Hurricane Leslie yesterday, a tropical storm, now re-strengthening into a hurricane, but thankfully not impacting us. Now we're tracking out some other areas of development in the Atlantic, this main area of concern being off of the east coast of Florida as Milton makes its way through, interacting with that disturbance. So could see a development there, but your first alert weather team will continue to keep you updated. Now we're taking a look at our 7 days across the board. Cooler temperatures in store and then a temperature drop on Tuesday.